So now we're going to look at being able to score kicks a lot cleaner, all right? Now, we don't need a lot of setups to this. What we can actually just use is timing, all right? So when you're in the heat of a spar or a fight, people are very reactive, okay? So if you've hurt somebody with a shot, they're going to be super reactive to defending it naturally, yeah? You've been hurt, you don't want to get hit by it again. So say that I'm fighting someone and I'm having good success with a left kick, a switch kick, okay, for example. From here, my opponent is defending, yeah? Whether they're defending with their arms or they're defending with a check, okay? Now, it's real simple for us to use timing to create the opportunity here, all right? So you just use the deception of lulling them into a timing, change their timing, and then it's going to be a lot easier to score, right? So what I mean with the timing on this is we're just going to use a delay. All it has to be is like 1 second, 2 seconds, and you'll see my opponent's defense manages to drop, okay? So if I've set a rhythm of this switch kick, my opponent defends, I'm moving in this rhythm, yeah? And then a delay, and then they'll come back to their stance, and that's where you're going to score, yeah? If they're checking, they're real good at either cross-blocking or that rear check, whichever is their preference. Again, I sit into this rhythm, yeah, and then I sit into this rhythm, pause, and then I can go. Real simple, yeah? Because an opponent isn't going to stay like this for too long. It's very reactive that they come here to defend and then they return to their stance. They react into this position and then they return to their stance. So it's almost like you're waiting for this wall, and then once the wall's gone, then you can kick through, okay? So again, as I'm here, I set this rhythm, I hit my switch. Set this rhythm, hit my switch. Set this rhythm, pause, boom, and then I can score, okay? Same with the checks. I set this rhythm and they block. Set this rhythm and they block. Set this rhythm, boom, and then the second that that leg drops, that's my opening to score off that, all right? Now, this doesn't have to be a switch kick, this can be any shot, yeah? It can be a right side kick. So if I step and I show this kick here and they defend with a check in this position, or they defend with their hands, here they defend. Now again, I'm setting this rhythm and then I break this rhythm, boom, and then I score. And again, it doesn't just apply to your legs, same with the hands. If your opponent parries a shot, so if he parries a jab here, I work in this rhythm. It's all about setting a rhythm and then breaking it. I go here, and then I just sort of boom, and then I can come, okay? So we just use delays, yeah, and we use breaking rhythms to pull a defense out of our opponent, and then we look to break it, okay? Same again, yeah? So say if I throw the 1-2 now and they're parrying, boom, boom, here, parrying, boom, boom. I go 1, delay, hook, boom, and then I can fire, all right? And then once you get used to this, you can start mixing it to everything, right? So you're in a spar, and your rhythm is what's going to set your opponent's defense, yeah? So as I'm here, maybe I'm throwing the jab, I fake, I shoot, yeah? Maybe I start throwing the switch, and I'm just working in this rhythm, boom, and then I can go, yeah? Again, I'm moving around, maybe I throw my right kick, yeah? Boom, and then I can score, okay? So it's real simple ways to be able to score cleanly and effectively just by using delays and timing, all right?